Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best budget 144Hz monitors.
Starting at number 5.
Sony 27-inch INZONE M9. The best 144Hz monitor we've tested is the Sony INZONE M9. It's a high-end 4K gaming monitor created with console gaming in mind, as it shares design elements with the PS5, so it will look great next to the console on your desk. It features HDMI 2.1 bandwidth that lets it take full advantage of current-gen gaming consoles, and it has features only the PS5 can use, like auto HDR tone mapping to optimize the HDR settings for each game. Even if you don't have a PS5, it has no issues with the Xbox Series X, S, and you can play 4K games up to 144Hz over DisplayPort on PCs, too. It supports all common variable refresh rate, VRR, formats, including HDMI Forum VRR, to reduce screen tearing. It also has a fast response time, so there isn't too much motion blur behind fast-moving objects. Its response time is slower than some high-end monitors, like the LG 32GR93UB, but the Sony is a great choice because it also has better picture quality. It has okay local dimming that helps it display fairly deep blacks, and it also gets bright enough to make some highlights pop in HDR.
Coming at number 4.
LG 32GN650B Ultragear. While bigger budget monitors generally don't offer the best performance, if you're okay with getting something with worse gaming performance than the Dell G2724D to get the biggest possible size within your budget, check out the LG 32GN650B, which you can also buy as the 32GN63TB at different retailers. Both variants offer the same great gaming performance. It has the same 1440p resolution as the Dell, delivering the same amount of details, but because of its larger size, the pixel density is lower, so images aren't as sharp. It also has worse motion handling than the Dell due to its slower response time, but it's still decent enough for most casual gamers, and like most gaming monitors, it has VRR support. It has a VA panel that displays deep blacks in dark rooms, but without a local dimming feature, highlights don't pop against the rest of the image for a satisfying HDR experience. Unfortunately, its panel has worse viewing angles than the Dell, meaning images look washed out from the sides.
At number 3.
Dell G2724D Gaming. If you want a 27-inch gaming monitor like the GIGABYTE GS27QC and don't mind spending more on better gaming performance, check out the Dell G2724D. It has many of the same specs as the GIGABYTE, but its much better motion handling is the main difference, and it's worth the extra cost if you care about that. It has an extremely fast response time at any refresh rate, and while it doesn't have an optional backlight strobing feature to reduce persistence blur, there's minimal blur trail with fast-moving objects. It has a max refresh rate of 165Hz and supports all common VRR formats to reduce screen tearing, including HDMI Forum VRR, which most budget monitors don't support. This means VRR works with the PS5, and the monitor also downscales 4K at 60Hz signals from consoles, resulting in a more detailed image than native 1440p. Unfortunately, this monitor is limited in extra features as it lacks built-in speakers or an audio output, so if you prefer something with those, you can also look into the GIGABYTE M27QP. It's a great budget gaming monitor with worse motion handling than the Dell.
Number 2 of my list.
GIGABYTE GS27QC 27-inch. If you're on a tight budget and you're looking for something cheap, there are some useful monitors you can get that perform well for gaming, like the GIGABYTE GS27QC. It's different from the ViewSonic XG2431 because it has a much lower 170Hz refresh rate, its backlight strobing feature isn't as customizable, and it's a step down in overall gaming performance, but that's normal for a cheap gaming monitor. On the plus side, it has a higher 1440p resolution and a larger screen with a subtle 1500R curve, delivering a more immersive gaming experience with added detail. It has a VA panel that makes it a good choice for dark room gaming as it displays very deep blacks, but it lacks a local dimming feature to further improve it. which is expected for a low-cost display. It also has good motion handling without much smearing at high refresh rates, but there's overshoot at 60 Hz. Like the ViewSonic, it also has FreeSync VRR and GSWNC compatibility to reduce screen tearing with most sources.
And number 1.
ViewSonic OMNI XG2431. The best gaming monitor you can get on a budget is the ViewSonic XG2431, an impressive monitor with more features than similarly priced options. It has a fast 240 Hz refresh rate, and even though its 1080p resolution and 24-inch screen size may seem limited, this is typical of budget gaming monitors. The high refresh rate is ideal for competitive gaming, and the lower resolution makes it easier for your graphics card to maintain high frame rates for a smooth gaming feel. The ViewSonic's standout feature is its customizable backlight strobing feature, where you can adjust the flicker to your liking to reduce persistence blur. Many monitors can't do this, so it's a nice addition to a budget-friendly display. It also has incredible motion handling, thanks to the quick response time across its entire refresh rate range. Lastly, it has FreeSync Variable Refresh VRR, support to reduce screen tearing, and it's also GSWNC compatible, making it an impressive gaming monitor regardless of your graphics card. However, its VRR support doesn't work at the same time as its backlight strobing feature.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.